This video demonstrates polymorphism with classes. What we're going to do is combine together two different classes. One is named item and another is named fruit, and we're going to combine them into one vector. We can do this because fruit derives from the class item. And so if we make a vector of items, then all classes that derive from item can also be passed into that vector. So let's go ahead and start doing that. So we're going to create a vector that's going to include items, pointers to items, and we'll call this our inventory. And let's go ahead. Actually, before we add that line of code, let's just compile and run the program. See how it looks. There we go. So the first printing statement is grape, and grape prints that there are 50 of bags of grapes that expire in 2 days. And the next print is from charcoal, and there is a bag of charcoal, and there's a quantity of 30. So 30 bags of charcoal. Okay, that's fine. Why do we have different print statements though? The fruit class has a print function that is specified as we saw in the first one. There are blank of bags of grapes that expire in 2 days. But also the item class has the exact same named function called print that has a simpler print. It's just simply the name of the item and then the quantity of the item. Okay, so let's add this vector of items, and what we'll do is we'll push back the grapes, and then we'll push back the charcoal, and then we'll make a loop. So I need an index variable, and we'll loop through the vector and output each and print each of the elements in the vector. So the vector at location I, or the inventory at location I, and we'll print from there. Okay, let's compile and execute, and we have 4 outputs, which is expected. We have the first output from grape, the second output from charcoal, and then we have 2 outputs from the inventory. The first is grape and the second is charcoal. The first output is the same as what we saw before. There are 50 bags of grapes. The second output is expected. It's a bag of charcoal quantity. The third is now the bag of grapes quantity at 50. It's not outputting the expiration date which is in 2 days though. And this is because the vector is of class item, and so the print function will come from the class item. In order to make the print function be used from fruit when the data type is actually fruit, we need to add the virtual keyword, and we'll add that virtual keyword to the item class for the print. So it will be virtual void print, and what this is saying is that I may have derived classes, and if I do, then use my derived classes version of this function. And item does have a class that derives from there, which is fruit. And fruit does have a function with the exact same name. And so let's go ahead and compile. We have an error, which is, oh, it's not an error, it's a warning. That's okay. Let's go ahead and execute the program. And we're getting now the output that we were expecting, which is there are 50 bags of grapes that expire in 2 days, which is the correct output for grapes. And we get that again from the for loop. Excellent. Thank you.